So here we're going to make the pocket cover. So first of all, you measure wherever you get. So after that, you take your pieces and measure the same thing, making sure you bend each place equal this way. So whatever you measure from the pocket, you are going to bend your pocket flap like this. So before then, when you cut your pieces, you gum it with your hairstay to make it thick before you come here. Sorry, I didn't show that part. So from here, I've measured it and it has given me what I want. So for you to set it well, you bring it this way. After bringing it this way, you put it inside this way to get what you want. Then you measure it, you set it the way you want. You understand? You arrange it well. Make sure everything is perfect. You understand? You measure it well and make sure everything is perfect. Then you iron it. So after ironing it, you have to pull it out. So let's get what we want. So you make sure you get exactly what you want before you proceed. You understand? Exactly what you want before you proceed. So keep arranging it. I've got what I want. Then I'll bend it now to get the height of how I want my pocket flap to be. So I want it to be 2 inch. You see that way I measure 2 inch. So from here, you also iron. So at this point, I'm done ironing and this is what I have. It's set. Then you do the same thing for the other part of the suit. So from here, I'm going to take it off. After taking it off, I'll bring my lining to cut the facing for my lining, to cut the facing for my pocket flap. So this is how I'm going to place it. I'll place it this way, then I'll cut it, leaving allowance at the side because if you remember I folded the side so I have to leave it to have enough allowance when sewing. So let's go to the machine, sew it. So I'm on my machine. So you first pick the lining, you put it this way. So you are going to follow it on the line, but not really on the line. You sew it a little bit close to the line. That's how you're going to sew it. Sorry, my chair cut off. Let me fix it, then we'll continue. So you keep sewing it this way till you get to the other side of your folding. So if you are coming to this down part, you can follow it on the line, but the side lines, you have to follow them a little bit closer to the line so that it will give you the actual size. Because if you sew it on the line, it won't give you the actual size. So you have to sew it a little bit closer. After that, then you trim it the way I'm doing like this. You trim it off, trim off the excess. After trimming off the excess, you trim off the edges so that by the time you turn it, the pointed mouth come out. So you use your needle to bring the pointed mouth out. Use your needle this way to bring out the pointed mouth out. So you then iron. So I'll sprinkle my water. You have more advantage when you're using a steam iron. With a steam iron, you don't need all this stress. So you first iron from the landing. Why are you ironing from the landing? You're ironing from the landing so that it will not be coming out by the time you turn it to the good face. So you iron it from the landing like this. So after ironing it, then you turn it to the good face now. Then you iron it properly. Iron it properly so that all the landing and everything will sit well. So I'm done ironing and this is what we have. So you bring back your suit pocket, you place it like this, then you put it inside this way. You put it inside, make sure it laps. If you look at it, this is how it's supposed to lap well. Then you measure the length of your pocket flap, how you want your pocket flap to be. You measure it all through, make sure it's giving you same measurement all through. You see it. This is what you're going to get. Always make sure every angle, every side, every length of your pocket is the same. Then after that, you introduce your needle. To sew it this way. You sew it this way now. I'm sewing this pocket flap this way to avoid the pocket flap from shaking when I'm going to iron it. So I'll do this all through to the down part to hold it firm before I go to sew the pocket flap. So after that, this is what we have as the end result. You see it's sitting well. Then you iron it so that it will lie down perfectly well before going to sew your pocket on the machine. So after ironing, this is what we have. You see it neatly done. So now I'm going to sew it, and you raise the upper side of your suit this way. Then you top stitch it this way. You top stitch it this way. After top stitching it, cut your thread. Then you cut the upper flap where you stitched. You cut it this way. After cutting it this way, this is what you're going to have. It's all sitting pretty well. Then you turn it this way. Then you cut here straight. If yours is not straight, you cut it straight to have a straight flap, if a straight cut. Then after that, you bring in your lining, which you are going to use for your pocket holes. So after doing it this way, you sew it from this point to the other point, the way I'm doing it. You sew it this way. After you sew this way, you pick the second part of your lining. After that, you top stitch it so that it's going to be smooth. It's going to lie down straight. So after doing this, you pick the other side of your lining and you place it this way. So you can use lining or use your material like this. So I choose to use the material in this case, but in some cases you can use your lining. So you top stitch it this way. Sew it this way. Sew it all through till you get to the end. Always make sure you cut your thread. Yes, I know the inside is dirty, but you have to be very careful and cut all thread. So from here, I'm going to join the lining with the remaining piece of my flap like this. So this is it. So I'll join it this way. Then I'll sew it all through to the down part also. So after that, I'll trim off any excess I'm having. Then I place it this way. Then I raise one side of the suit. Then I just sew it straight down and go to the other place too and sew it straight down. This way. So after sewing it, you pick your scissors and you trim off the excess. Then you turn it to the other side also, and you do the same thing, and you trim off the excess also. And you are done with your pocket. Then you go to your table and iron.